guys? My name is Emulor, and I am back from the Let's Play, and today we are doing Skylanders Spyro Adventure again. So, you might remember, if you've been watching my channel for a bit, that I already have a Skylanders Spyro Adventure Let's Play, but I wasn't quite happy with how that one was going, and so decided that I wanted to do it over again with more refined, gameplay, and also actually having a capture card, so I'm not recording the first, however many episodes on my phone. So anyway, we're going to get started. Once again, it's going to be a full 100% playthrough. And so we're going to be doing everything. And it's not working for some reason. There we go. Alrighty. So we're going to get started with a new game.
Greetings, young Portal Master. I have been waiting for you. I am Eon, your guide in this world. But where are you, you may ask? This is Skylands, an ancient world of wonder and mystery. For generations, the Portal Masters and the Skylanders kept peace and balance in this world, so that all creatures could thrive. Magic flows through everything here. Every rock, every tree, and every beast. But now our world is in great danger. The darkness is spreading. Skylands needs your help. A great adventure awaits you, young Portal Master. I have sent my assistant Hugo to seek you out. We will speak again soon.
Wowzers, look at all these balloons leaving. Parking's gonna be a snap.
They're not just leaving, they're evacuating. Something is terribly wrong.
Oh, well, that explains the flying rocks. Are you sure this is a good idea?
Just go on, Flynn. Get to higher ground. I'll meet you on the other side of town.
Alrighty-o. Good luck, Hugo.
Master Eon said help would be coming. He said to be right here. First, the core explodes. Then, I start hearing voices. And now, I'm in the middle of a village being ripped apart by who knows what. Clearly, I am losing my mind.
Now is the time, Portal Master.
Alright, so here we are, and we're able to put our Skylander on the Portal of Power. Now, for story purposes, for this chapter specifically, I'm only going to be using the original 3 that came with the Wii Starter Pack. So those being Spyro, Gilgrunt, and Trigger Happy. Fun fact about this game is, if you place one of those 3 on the portal in this moment, you'll see in a moment. So we're going to start off, of course, with the OG himself. Front page of the game, name of the game, Spyro.
Whoa! Spyro! You've returned! Master Eon was right! That means he did find another Portal Master to help us. I, of course, never doubted it for a second. I know that you are watching, oh great Portal Master! I am Hugo, and we have much to do! This village needs our help!
Alrighty, so now we have the ability to place our Skylanders on the Portal of Power. We can swap them out at any point we want. First, I think it's a good idea to learn a bit more about the Skylanders, and for today we're only going to be doing the Skylanders again from the starter pack. So let's start off with the stats. Level is pretty obvious, it's your Skylanders level, the maximum is 10, and it dictates the max health of your Skylander. Your health is only impacted by your level, and the Skylanders' health, maximum health, is always exactly double their starting health. Armor is the chance of blocking all damage from an attack. Every 3 points of armor increases this chance by 1%. Speed is how fast the Skylander moves. Critical hit is a chance of dealing 1.5 times damage with an attack, and every 5 points of critical hit damage increases the chance by 1%. Elemental power is something we'll go over in the next episode. So starting off with the 3 Skylanders, Spyro. Spyro's an excellent all-rounder, good at damage at any range, not too frail or slow, and overall is a pretty good big free magic Skylander. Note that despite not being a fire Skylander, his damage is fire-based, which won't be relevant right now, but it will be down the line. If you don't have access to a fire Skylander, or if you don't have access to a fire Skylander, excuse me, both of his upgrade paths are pretty balanced, so I'd say pick whichever one sounds more fun for you. I personally prefer the Blitz Spyro path because I find charging around the battlefield super fun, but again, either one will serve you well. His Soul Gem is in the latter half of the game, and he usually doesn't come into play a whole lot, so I'd say wait to purchase it until the rest of his upgrades have been bought. Next up is Gilgrunt, which I'm going to actually place in the portal here to show you. So right off the bat, Gilgrunt has the lowest armor stat in the game, so don't expect that to come into play much. Definitely play at a distance with him. It's worth noting that we do have some levels with water coming in the not-too-distant future, and only water Skylanders or Skylanders that can fly/float can go on the water. Gilgrunt has an added bonus in the water, and that's that his Power Hose and Water Jetpack don't run out in the water. However, if you want them to always be infinite, the Water Reaver path is required for that. As such, I vastly prefer the Water Reaver path to the Harpooner path, but either one will work much like Spyro's paths. His Soul Gem is near the halfway point, and it's one of those abilities where I'd say if you have the gold, go for it. The charge-up time isn't that long for massive damage, and you can get it off pretty easily and consistently in many fights. Moving up next to the last one, is Trigger Happy, the fan favorite that shoots first and asks questions later. Despite his much smaller health pool, Trigger Happy actually has a much higher armor stat than the previous two, so you'd be surprised how much he can actually tank. He's also quite fast too, allowing him to outmaneuver most opponents with some quick movement. As for his abilities, while it may seem obvious to focus on his guns, the real star of the show is his Golden Safe Flop, actually, which does massive damage. The Golden Moneybags path is objectively better as the upgrade path, as every upgrade is useful in just about every situation. The problem with his Golden Frenzy path is the last upgrade, while cool and very satisfying to pull off, requires such a long charge time that you'll almost never be able to actually fully take advantage of it. His Soul Gem is also towards the latter half of the game, so don't focus on it too much, especially since his Machine Gun is the weakest of the three abilities, even with the Soul Gem upgrade. So now that that's all out of the way, we're actually going to go back to Spyro for now, and we're going to continue on with the level. Now, it's important in this game to focus on exploring everything as much as you can within the first playthrough of your level. This is actually something that I learned doing the original Let's Play that you can actually do. When that happens, go back to the end of the bridge.
Oh dear. I'll meet you on the other side of the village. A balloon should be waiting for us there.
I don't know how you're going to get there, Hugo, but good luck, friend. Anyway, so now we're here in the very first level. And we can attack things with A on the Wii or B. These are our primary abilities. The third ability, which we have to unlock later, will be on the Z button. I don't know what they are for the 360 and PS3 version.
Greetings, young Portal Master.
Just know that that is a thing that happens.
If you use your attack button, you can break through debris
this stuff.
and obstacles.
The game also does have a bit of an auto-aim, which helps quite a bit.
We heard the Skylanders were all gone, but it's great to see you're here. That main road was destroyed, and now the townsfolk are all trapped inside. It's very dangerous. Taking down that wall seems like it might help. Maybe that old cannon will work.
Thank you, Snuggles. But yeah, as I was saying, there's a bit of an auto-aim in this game, so don't worry too much about aiming your abilities correctly. Because for the most part, as long as you're facing the enemy or whatever you're trying to attack, the ability will go off and hit it regardless. So we gotta press the C button in this case to talk to you. Let's see what.
Sure is good to have the Skylanders with us again.
I was trying to say, let's see what some of these Mabu have to say. So the Mabu are these little mole creatures.
Hey, you're a Skylander, aren't you? I didn't know you guys were here. We could really use your help. Can you grab that key and get us out of here?
Get the key, young Portal Master. Use it to open the locked gate.
I sure hope
So now that that's open, one thing we can actually do, charge. We're gonna go back and we're gonna fire this again.
Yay!
So that'll destroy something that we'll see. You can see it destroyed that house that was there on the right. And if you notice, we have our first instance of a collectible. This is a treasure chest. There's at least usually 3 or 4 in every level, and they just simply require give you gold to your Skylanders. So you just shake them open, And since we will be 100%ing this game, we will be collecting every single treasure chest we can find. So let's see what this one has to say.
Something horrible is happening on the far side of the village.
Alright, yeah, I think we can figure that out. So this item right here, as you can see, we were able to access it because we used the cannon again once the gate was open, is the legendary treasure. There's one of these in every level, and the amount of gold they give scales depending on how far in the game you are. So this is another part of the collectible system for this game, and you have to collect all of these in order to 100% the game. So in this case, it gives us 50 gold. So this lets us get this key. That little scroll right there is another collectible, which we will access in a little bit.
Your Skylander will need a key to open this gate.
Thank you, Eon. Let's open up the gate.
Oh, am I so glad the Skylanders are here. Hope there are more of you. We have a doodle of a problem here. See, the bridge is out, and people are trapped on the other side of Turtle Gully. Gosh, I hope they're okay. Blobbers over there can't move that turtle. Could you please help him?
Of course. So let's do this real quick. Destroy that. Grab these gold pieces. Hello, blobbers.
By Pythagoras' theorem, you're a Skylander, aren't you? Good thing you're here. I've got a big brain, but pretty puny muscles. I could use a powerful hero such as yourself to help me move this turtle.
Push the turtle to clear a
If it's a 3D puzzle game without a sliding block puzzle, is it really a 3D adventure game? Yeah, we got turtles for sliding blocks. So let's push these out of the way. The arrows will tell you what directions they can be pushed in.
Hey down there! Name's Flint. Hugo told me to meet you. Boy, you got here just in time. I can see what's causing this island to shatter. Come here and I'll show you. Use those bounce pads. They're super springy.
Alrighty. We are going to do that, but first I want to push this all the way over because it looks like we have another path to go down. This is Elemental Gate. They'll give us a better detail about these later. Essentially, you can only go through these with the Skylander of the specified element, in this case, magic. And this is why you need at least one Skylander of every element to 100% this game. So, but if you were to collect, at the very least, collect every collectible. Because these will typically will house collectibles that you can only find in Elemental Gates. Now we have to push these away. So here we have two collectibles. The first one we'll take a look at is this right here. This is a soul gem. There's one in every level, and they give one special upgrade unlock that requires a large amount of gold to purchase. We've already kind of gone over them with the bios. But we will be collecting every single one of these because it is part of the game to collect them all. And every time we find one, it will also give us the option to watch a trailer for them, which we're going to be doing as well. So in this case, the soul gem is for the undead Skylander Chop Chop. So the interesting thing about the soul gems is that they're actually a quite genius marketing tactic for Skylanders, because it makes it so it shows you what the other Skylanders can do and makes it so, oh hey, that Skylander can do that. Now I want to try that Skylander out. So it was a way to get people to buy more of the figures, very obviously, but it works really well. Now some soul gems are more worth it than others. We'll go over those when we go over the bios in the next episode. This little gift box here is always hats. Hats are something you can put on your Skylander to increase their stats. I personally won't be putting hats on any of my Skylanders, but you're more than welcome to for yours. You open them the same way you do a treasure chest. But these are also collectible that you're required to collect to 100% the game. So, definitely keep an eye out for those. I guess real quick while we're here, we can show off the objectives for the chapter. So as you can see, each level has 3 different stars that you can obtain for doing things within the level. The first star, is just for doing the main objectives throughout the chapter and beating the chapter. So in this case, rescue the villagers. The second star for completion is a few things. So enemy goal, which is having defeated a certain amount of enemies, which unfortunately the game doesn't tell you what they are. Usually just by defeating every enemy you see, you'll get it. But sometimes it requires a little bit extra, which I'll go into on those levels for sure. No lives lost should be pretty obvious. You don't have any of your Skylanders lose their life and have to rest until the end of the level. Finding all areas should be pretty easy. And then the speed running objective, which you won't be able to do your first time through if you're going for all the collections. So you'll probably have to play each level at least twice. And the collections, as you can see, is all of the other all the collectibles you can get in every level. And once you've gotten all 3 of these, that's all of these done, that is your 3-star level. So we'll probably do the speedrun levels once I've beaten the main game, and then going back through them all super quickly. But anyway, let's continue. Let's get on the bounce pads like Flynn mentioned. And also, you may have noticed that Flynn is voiced by the one and only Patrick Warburton. So yeah, that was a cool actor they managed to bring into this game. Now we have our story scroll, which are these collectibles that typically you don't really have to worry about finding. You just kind of appear on the main path. And they'll give you little story bits about the world. They're kind of like extra little lore dumps. So let's go ahead and check this out. These are all read by Eon, by the way.
While the shape and size of portals vary, under the control of a true portal master, these mystic devices can connect 2 points in space, dimension, and, if we are to believe ancient legends, even time. Portal masters can then send Skylanders and magic to the other side.
That's cool, learning a bit more about portals. But anyway, we have to keep going. What's up, Flynn?
You see that twister? It's a big one, all right, but I got an idea. What we're gonna do is... Oh!
Yeah, that is a massive tornado.
That was close. It's okay. You go on ahead, and I'll take her around and meet you back here later.
So we're gonna keep going. We got these gates here.
You again. Thank goodness. I'd gladly escape this raging tornado, except these monster gates are in my way. Monsters always stake out their territory by putting up these gates. And these are particularly nasty little monsters, too. Hungry little chompies. I'll be on the safe side, thank you. It sure beats being on the chompy side, which is where you are. But don't worry. These gates will open once all of the monsters have been defeated. So all you have to do is just get rid of all of the chompies in there and everything should be just fine. Good luck.
And here we are, our first enemy, chompies. These are the fodder enemies in this game. Where are those pearly whites? So yes, we'll have combat sections where we're required to beat all the enemies in the area in order to continue. Beat all these. You see these little orbs. These are the XP. If you saw that little exclamation point, that is the critical hit icon. We'll wind up a bite. That. So that should be all of the chompies defeated. Destroy here. Alright, cool.
These are elemental gates. Behind these kinds of gates are some great treasures, but they can only be opened by a Skylander of the same element. So, like, the water gate can be opened by a water Skylander, and the tech gate is, well, you know, by a tech champion. I mean, totally obvious, right?
Yep, as I've discussed, we already went over these, but we are going to, of course, go through both of these, considering that we do want to get everything. So we're going to go to the water gate first with Gilchrist. We're going to open this up. Every gate has their own way of like entering it after you open up the gate itself. And water is kind of cool. It does that little whirlpool thing. So if you saw that little meter, that's how much my Gilgrant's water hose has left. So here we got another hat. Tan hat, which again, we're not going to be wearing any hats, but you're welcome to do that if you wish. They do give stat boosts, so there are reasons to wear them, but I think they look a little bit too goofy for the game, and I like the Skylanders the way they look, so we're going to avoid that. However, what people don't realize is you can actually go down here, and there's a treasure chest right here, so we're going to do that, and open that up. I also find it funny that the little locket item, as you can see right there, has Trigger Happy's picture in it. Trigger Happy is the fan favorite amongst the community, and also, surprisingly enough, the devs as well. He's a fan favorite. So speaking of Trigger Happy, let's swap to him and check out the tech gate, shall we? Bring that up. Yeah, there are 8 elements in total. There's magic, tech, water, fire, earth, air, life, and undead. And they all have their own gates, and there's 4 Skylanders of every element. So behind this gate, we have another hat. So let me just collect this real quick. Anvil hat, which actually does give armor, which is nice. But again, not going to wear it. It's also worth noting that you do always actually start with one hat. If I press minus and open out the Skylander info here, you always start off with the Happy Birthday hat, at the very least in this game. I don't know how it is in the 3DS or Xbox 360 and PS3 versions. But, at the very least, you always get the Happy Birthday hat to start off with. So we're just going to avoid those rotating blades, and then get back to the proper menu. This right here, this little pretzel, is food. You see it dropped around the Skylands, and you pick it up, you get health. Pretty simple. There's more of it right there by the turtle.
Oh, the tornado! Wait! Hobbs's knee goiter! The Royal Mabu Palace is completely gone. And, oh no, look! The royal family is trapped. You must save them.
And looks like we got some more enemies to defeat. Just missed him. Push the turtle in. Our pathway, fire the cannon. Grab the key. And then we also have our last collectible right here, the last treasure chest. So that's every collectible. And with that, let's open up the gate and save the villagers and finish the run.
Cheers for the Skylanders!
Thank you.
Thank you, mighty hero!
Free at last. Oh, thank you.
You did it! Thanks to you, all of the villagers managed to evacuate just in time. This is only the beginning. There are reports of terrible disasters all throughout Skylands.
Yeah, well, there's gonna be another one if we don't get moving. That tornado is right on top of us.
Oh, right. We should get to safety. I'll explain everything on the way.
Yep, time to get away from that. Just in time, too. It is fully destroying everything. I'm amazed those other balloons didn't get pulled into it. There we go. Chapter 1 done. The only thing we have left to do is the speed run, which again, we're going to do the speed runs once the rest of the game has been.
For as As long as anyone could remember, Skylands was protected by the wisest and most powerful beings of all, the Portal Masters. And the greatest among them was Master Eon. He and his Skylanders protected the core of light. For centuries, the core of light had enriched the world, holding at bay the darkness, the ultimate force behind all evil. But now, Eon was the last Portal Master, and growing weaker with age, he knew it was only a matter of time before the darkness would return. Master Eon, those clouds, is something wrong?
Have you ever known dark, boiling, ominous cloud to be a good thing, Hugo? Take your station, Hugo. Skylanders, the darkness has come. Prepare for battle!
Behold! It is I, Chaos! Long have I waited for this day to take my revenge! Soon you will all bow down before me! Chaos! K-A-O-S!
Chaos! I might have known. And what happened to your head? It looks ridiculous.
What?
My head is awesome, I tell you! Fear it! Fear my giant floating head!
See? I told you the head isn't scary enough.
Silence, Glumshanks!
You're spoiling my evil mood.
You thought you had banished me to the Outlands? I, Chaos, have returned to destroy the core of light and rule Skylands as its emperor. And you are so old and weak now, Eon. There is nothing you can do about it.
I've told you before, Chaos. You and the darkness have no power here.
Oh, is that so? We'll just see about that, minions.
Skylanders!
Okay, I worked it out. We're losing. Maybe we should go to Plan B.
No, Glumshanks. I have a much better idea. Initiate Plan Z!
Not the core!
Master Eon? Anyone? And that was the day the core of light was scattered to the far corners of the universe, and Skylands lost its greatest protectors. But there is more to their story. As the Skylanders were drawn farther and farther away from the magic of Skylands, they began to shrink until they reached your world, waiting for you to find them. And Master Eon, he survived the blast, but was changed. He became a spirit. Though without his body, he couldn't fight chaos and the darkness. But now we have you, young Portal Master. Thank the portals we made it back in one piece. So as you can see, with our core of light destroyed, Skylands is in great danger. I'm sure that tornado was no accident. This is clearly the work of chaos.
Chaos. Oh, that guy really grinds my gears. If you're taking down Chaos, you can count me in.
Glad to hear it, Flynn. Callie agreed to help too.
Callie? Ah, Callie. Well, I've heard some things about that gal. Interesting things. If she's involved in this, count me double in.
Splendid! When you're ready, go with Flynn to perilous pastures.
I'll prep the balloon for takeoff.
And if you bring back any more of those sheep, I'll never forgive you!
Alright, so a few things. You may have noticed Chaos's voice sounds very similar to a couple other characters in the medium, and that's because he was voiced by Richard Steven Horvitz, who you may know as the voice actor for Zim in Invader Zim, or more recently as Moxie in Hell of a Boss. So anyway, here we are in the ruins, and this is kind of the hub world of sorts. So we're just going to do a little bit of exploring here. We got some more stuff we can break. Can't really explore too much right now. This part is cool here. If you put a Skylander underneath this little beam of light, the torches will change to color representing the element that Skylander belongs to. So mostly the NPCs kind of just walk around. We got this boy, who you might remember as part of the Royal Mabu family.
Hey, you're a Skylander, right? Oh, it was so cool the way you saved my family. I want to be just like you when I grow up.
So yeah, quickly, you kind of hear from the Royal Mabu family. There's some other stuff going on in this area that we can't really take advantage of right now. This is a cool thing we can take advantage of, though. So as you can see, it has the little pillar, the little boxes that correspond to different elements. So if we start off with the Magic Skylander element, there's fire down. So only Skylanders with the depicted elements can destroy these. So now we switch over to Gill Grunt.
Ready for battle!
You can destroy this one. And then finally, Trigger Happy can destroy this one. And that unleashes this, which gives a bunch of gold. Destroy all these. We can technically destroy these plants, but we're not going to right now. And then afterward, okay, you can't deal with that one. But that will respawn after every level. And eventually it'll make it so you need all 8 elements to reap the reward. But other than that, there's not too much here at the moment. The rest of the stuff will become more available as the longer we progress through the game. So with that being said, next time we are actually going to not be actually doing any actual gameplay, but we are instead going to be doing the bios for the rest of the Skylander cast, considering that if you have all of them, you can use them at any time that you want. There will be like some gameplay on the screen, but it'll mostly just be me swapping between the different Skylanders on screen to show them in-game before we actually play them. Play the levels anyway. And yeah. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe, leave a like on the video, and also ring the bell so you get notified the next time I upload a video. Also, leave a comment telling me which Skylander is your favorite, or maybe any other cool Skylander knowledge that you think might be cool to inform me about. There is going to be a final episode at the very end where I talk about extra stuff that I couldn't fit in the rest of the video proper, the rest of the series proper. We are also going to be covering the 4 bonus level packs and the extra items off of that, as well as special variant Skylanders towards the end as well. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, everybody!